and benefits for all workers, and wages now average around $12 an hour. In addition, everybody, the proposal would permanently reauthorize a program with Medicaid that helps people move out of nursing homes and back into their communities. What do you think of Joe Biden? Do you approve of his work on stimulus checks and Social Security benefits? Let me know down in the comments. And if you guys believe that Joe Biden will send a fourth stimulus check this year, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Now remember everybody that during the campaign, Joe Biden ran on a platform that includes proposals to increase Social Security benefits while extending the program's solvencies. President Biden's Social Security platform included key benefit increases. Eligible workers would get a guaranteed minimum benefit equal to at least 125% of the federal poverty level. And people who have received benefits for at least 20 years would get a 5% bump. Widows and widowers could receive about 20% more per month. And Joe Biden also proposes changing the measurement for annual cost of living increases to the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, which can more closely track the expenses that retirees face. And to pay for the changes and extend the program's solvency, Biden would apply Social Security payroll taxes to those making $400,000 and up. Everybody, I definitely agree that Social Security benefits must be increased. Our politicians must do a better job in helping out our seniors. By the way, folks, how much do you think SSI benefits should be increased to? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. In addition, everybody, President Biden called for increasing Social Security checks by $200 per month during the crisis. And this idea has also been proposed by other politicians. Two House Democrats have separately proposed putting an emergency cost of living adjustment in place, and this would bring next year's benefits increase up to 3% from 1.3%. We all know for sure that the crisis is not helping Social Security trust funds, which were already hurting before the beginning of the crisis, having fewer workers in the economy contributing to
practically in history, and again a tribute to him, to our policies, and a tribute to the private sector, which created many of these jobs, working together with public and private. And with that, we continue our progress. We're laser focused on the economy for the people, creating jobs, growing the economy. As I said, 6.6 million new jobs were created last year. 6.6 million new jobs last year. A stark contrast.
There is a huge update from the lawmakers. The top Senate Democrats have unveiled, everybody, a new tax bill that will help so many people with stimulus. Yes, folks, a ton of more people in the United States will be getting a fourth stimulus check sooner than you could believe it. Now, here's the most important information that I have for you folks. Today, the Senate Democrats introduced a resolution condemning a proposal that the House Republicans issued last month to raise the sales tax to 30% and repeal other taxes like the income, payroll, and estate taxes. Not only that, but it would also declare that the Senate opposes paying for the tax cuts of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and the benefit cuts for service members, veterans, or the law enforcement. The Republicans and Representatives introduced a bill which was co-sponsored by 25 Republicans to significantly raise sales tax to account for almost all of the federal government's revenue in exchange for the taxes being withdrawn. Now, this proposal would allow the workers to keep their checks without the government taking out any money. But the thing is, they would need to pay significantly more when buying products, including groceries. In an official statement, a senator said, "A national sales tax is an awful idea. It's going to hurt so many people, but one thing to look out for is a fourth stimulus." Now, it does make sense because different versions of this tax proposal have been introduced in Congress, and the proposal of this term is that Republicans have pushed to repeal funding, which was given to the Internal Revenue Service, which is the IRS, to hire 87,000 employees over the next decade from the Inflation Reduction Act money. Now, this IRS funding and the new hires were intended to increase tax enforcement or for the high individuals that are earning a lot of money. Now, this Fair Tax Act would also significantly limit the role that the IRS plays in collecting taxes. So, if you collect a lot of taxes, that's what the IRS does. Because I also want to say that this is from finance experts and that the long-awaited South Carolina 2022 individual tax return, well, it's a tax rebate. It's an income tax rebate, and has already begun to be issued to eligible taxpayers. The South Carolina Department of Revenue says that if you filed your taxes with individuals, then you should receive your rebate soon. This has so far affected millions of people under the Family Independence Temporary Assistance Program and SNAP program as well. State officials have said that these benefits will decrease in January. The cost of living is already increasing every single day. But now, Once again, food inflation is outpacing overall inflation. What this means, though, is that SNAP recipients in the state of New York will once again receive more than $100 in their monthly benefits. SNAP has been crucial for many people in New York, and households that are currently at or near the maximum benefit level, which is about $1,000 for a household of four, will receive SSI payments of at least $100. Benefits will post between December 12th and December 31st. An estimated $234 million in federal funding will be infused into New York's economy as a result of additional benefits. Since January, the program has contributed more than $2 billion into the state's economy, playing a critical role in the state's economic recovery in the wake of the crisis. According to a recent federal survey, SNAP generates up to $1.54 in economic activity for every dollar invested in the program. So, as food prices affected the number of factors, including extreme weather and supply chain complications, it makes it more difficult for the U.S. government to use tactics like raising the rates to moderate food prices. A number of party and refrigerator staples continued to get more expensive last month. The latest data even shows this. Eggs were a staggering 49% more expensive through November, and butter prices also increased by more than $80,000 receiving a payment. I also want you guys to know that the IRS may owe you money based on crisis-related funds. Stimulus funds, that is, if you haven't even gotten your stimulus check yet. A ton of information about the Ford stimulus check is here, and stimulus payments are here for you and the people that need it the most. Chuck Schumer and the Senate could give a final proposal and approval by Thursday, in a week extension of the stimulus payments. Schumer said the House of Representatives is set to act on a one-week continuing resolution and a stopgap funding bill as soon as tonight. And when the bill comes to the Senate, we should be ready to get this done as soon as possible. So, Chuck Schumer also said that House Republicans have encouraged their leaders to vote against the bill in a protest of what they call trillions of dollars of wasteful spending, even though it's going to the people that need stimulus the most. The House of Representatives had already passed a short-term funding bill last night to avoid this government shutdown. They kicked the Friday funding deadline next week to allow lawmakers more time to strike a deal on the spending for the remainder of the fiscal year 2023. The continuing resolution passed in a 224 to 201 vote and now heads to the Senate, where it must pass and be sent to President Biden's desk before midnight on Friday to avoid a shutdown. This measure will keep the government funded at current levels until December 23rd. Also, folks, in a notice sent by the House Minority Leader, he said that leadership recommended Republicans to vote no on the bill in an attempt to buy additional time for a lame duck session. But now this means that gas prices are continuing to drop as demand lowered and oil prices held steady. The national average for a cost of gas is $3.26, and that's 50 cents less than a month ago and 6 cents less than a year ago. As the winter weather keeps people homebound, less demand for gas and continued stability in oil prices has contributed to the steady decline of gas prices. AAA spokesperson told Fox News that the seasonal pattern of less driving due to shorter days and crummy weather combined with lower oil costs is driving gas prices lower. If this trend continues, many states could see their average gas price fall by $3 a gallon. Under the weight of economic concerns, everybody, a possible surge in crisis and a changed psyche is causing oil prices last week to fall again to nearly a decade low. Oil prices have struggled mightily to hold its rally even on some potentially bullish news, each time falling back down as fundamentals look struggles. Gavin Newsom even said that he announced a proposal to penalize oil companies for reported price gouging in a bid to deter excessive price increases and keep people in California safe from this inflation spike. Under the proposed law, state agencies would even close more review gas costs, profits, and pricing